I'm applying behavior analysis to Inside Out too.
Let's play some hockey!
And number one, we see here Riley is excited about hockey. I was a behavior analyst. I would be looking at this and thinking, could this be a reinforcer? Is this something that could be used to teach Riley to learn a new behavior? And a reinforcer is a stimulus change that follows behavior that strengthens the future occurrence of that behavior. And this is the most effective way to increase desired behavior. You reinforce the behavior and that increases in the future. Now, by conducting a preference assessment, we can be sure, or we're more likely to ensure, that the activity or the preferred item that is offered following the behavior is likely to strengthen or increase the frequency of that behavior. And that's number one. I've got to get 25 of these before the movie ends. Otherwise, I'm losing a prized possession.
28, Anderson, tripping.
Oh no.
Anderson goes to the box. 2 minutes for tripping.
Okay, looks like we have a couple of minutes while Riley takes a breather.
Now, what you are seeing here is a punishment procedure. Specifically, this is called a timeout procedure because you are removing the person from a reinforcing environment, a positive reinforcing environment. And the removal is contingent on the behavior that's being punished. And for this timeout procedure to be effective, the motivating operation must be in play. That is, Riley must value playing hockey at that time. And that makes the timeout procedure more effective because she wants to be in the reinforcing environment. Definition time. So motivating operation is an antecedent event that temporarily increases the value of a consequence as a reinforcer and also increases the behavior that previously resulted in that consequence. So this is actually a non-exclusionary timeout because Riley is still in the environment. She can still see the hockey game and see what's going on. She hasn't been removed from the environment, but all the reinforcement has been stopped. So it's a timeout, but it's non-exclusionary timeout. That's number two. So that's two. We are 2 minutes in and I've got 2 points already, so I might just do this.
Oh no. And bringing up the rear, you know her, you love her, the one, the only.
Oh, we got a penalty.
That's right, Sadness is in the house.
Yeah.
So over here we have sadness, and sadness is taking over the board. And this is one of the side effects of punishment. So just to mention a few of the side effects, you can have avoidance, escape or avoidance. So that is the person who's delivering the punishment. You might find that your learner, student, or the person with whom you're applying these procedures will start to avoid you or avoid the environment. You can also have damage to rapport. I mean, nobody likes being punished. So yeah, that affects the relationship, so you have damage to rapport. And by also implementing punishment, you're modeling a behavior. You're modeling the behavior to the learner. This is how you control the situation. You punish. So there is that side effect. You're modeling that for the learner, and therefore the learner gets to learn or gets to believe that the way to manage other people's behavior is to punish them. So that's another side effect. And then you have something called behavioral contrast. So this is when you change the schedule in one context, it then changes the behavior in another context in the opposite direction, even though the schedule in that context hasn't been changed. So, for example, if I was punishing my child when they're at home for yelling, then behavioral contrast might be that my child yells more at school, even though the schedule of punishment at school hasn't changed. And that's number 3. Only 22 more to go.
Did you know the change in your couch could change the world?
Oh no, we should do something.
No, that girl is a social Titanic. Do not get on that ship.
It's okay. I drop things all the time.
So number 4 is the coin drop. And here Riley demonstrates perspective taking or perspective shifting. And this is because Riley is actually able to put herself in Grace's shoes and then decides to help Grace. And you can teach perspective taking or perspective shifting in a number of ways. But one of the ways that's recommended is the Barnes-Holmes protocol. And this uses the relationship between self and various aspects of the external world to teach that concept. Perspective shifting also correlates with general social success. And Riley demonstrates this aptly in this situation. Nice sunny day now. Just finished my ABA session with a client. I'm going to see if I can get these 25 things before the movie finishes. Let's go for it.
My penalty almost lost us the game today. What if I get to camp and I screw it up?
Hey, don't talk like that.
Number 5. This is not uncommon because anytime we get close to something we love and take a step closer to something we care about, we always start to think, what if I don't make it? Or what if I mess up? What if I blow this opportunity? And we'll often experience negative thoughts and catastrophize about the situation. And this self-talk in applied behavior analysis is something called private events. And private events are the root of a significant amount of human challenges. See, private behavior competes with public behavior. So you can lose contact with reinforcers of what's happening in the present situation as you focus on the negative thoughts that are running through your mind. And one of the problems with this is that it increases your contact with suffering. So when something embarrassing or you make a mistake, you quite often might replay the events in your head and go over the events again and again and again, and you prolong the suffering. But what's the answer? So what is the solution to this problem? Acceptance commitment therapy. And a key concept of acceptance commitment therapy is practicing being in the moment, being present in the moment, hearing the sounds of the birds, feeling the sunshine on your skin, noticing the dew on the grass, being in the moment.
Riley's so hard on herself.
But we can make everything easier. Behold, my super high-tech Riley protection system. Don't look, it's fine. This is for all those memories that belong in the back of the mind. Like this penalty one. It's weighing on her, so let's lighten the load. A one-way expressway to, we're not gonna think about that right now. Woo! That's pretty impressive.
You take such good care of Riley.
Thanks, I try.
So number 6, we see Joy, and Joy decides to bury difficult memories. Not unusual. You might have tried this yourself. The problem with burying difficult memories is that the avoidance strengthens the connection with the negative experience. It can trap you in an endless cycle. So research has actually shown that avoidance is associated with greater distress and preoccupation. You can check out the paper by Morris et al., 2023.
Okay, ladies, let's all settle in. Ladies, settle in means settle down. I need your focus, which means now I'm going to need your cell phones. All of them.
Wait,
What?
Are you serious?
You're here to work, not goof around. Got that, Anderson?
Yes, Coach.
Please put all your phones in the basket. You get them back at the end of camp.
Number 7, the removal of the phone is a punishment procedure. And this is a timeout procedure because you're stopping reinforcement. And this is negative punishment because you are removing a reinforcer in order to reduce the behavior. But again, it's only punishment if the behavior actually reduces in the future. So this is non-exclusionary timeout because you are stopping the person from accessing reinforcement, but they remain in the environment. If the person was then removed from the environment, then that would be exclusionary timeout procedure. Question, What is the difference between response cost and timeout from positive reinforcement? Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. So another part of this is that this is a group contingency, because here you have a common consequence that is contingent on the behavior of one or more members of the group. So here the group is the girls in the locker room. Common consequence is that all the girls lose their phones. Punishment has side effects, and you prioritize positive reinforcement procedures above all else. But why might you want to use group contingencies? There are 4 main reasons why you might want to use group contingencies. Number 1, group contingencies will save time. Number 2, they are practical to implement. Number 3, they can reduce behavior quickly. And number 4, you can capitalize on peer influence. But again, this can have a negative impact. So care will be required.
One more time on the same team, right?
Right.
Val wants us!
But we promised Bree and Grace.
Joy, we have to plan for the future. Come on, Riley, move. Move those feet. Val's on team 1, you want to be on team 1, let's go!
Number 8, we have here breaking promises. A promise is a verbal statement, and a verbal statement that controls behavior produces rule-governed behavior. So a promise produces rule-governed behavior. The thing about rule-governed behavior is that it can be insensitive to local contingencies. So you might stick to a rule even though the outcomes it's producing are not necessarily positive for you.
I want to plant one.
Next time.
If I'm a firehawk, I won't be alone.
Number 9, rules influence your behavior, and they come from 2 sources. They can come from other people, or they can be self-generated. For example, the rule might be, I have to be in the Firehawks. I have to be in this team, even though it provides no connection or no mutual respect from my peers. That's a self-generated rule that you might stick to despite the consequences that that rule is producing. I've got to get 25 of these before the movie ends.
Where are you putting us?
The same place we keep all of Riley's secrets.
We're not secrets.
Oh, yeah. We're not secrets. We're making a big mistake.
Never heard that before.
We are suppressed emotions.
Let it go, Riley's gonna be fine.
And this is another example of experiential avoidance. And the problem is the same as before. Experiential avoidance or avoidance can strengthen the connection with that thing that you're avoiding. It can trap you in an endless cycle. What's the answer? Acceptance commitment therapy. Make space for those negative feelings, make space for those negative emotions. Allow them to be there, connect with your values, and take steps towards your values.
Why are we up so early?
Because, mon ami, we need to speed things up, and that means we hit the ice early and practice like we've never practiced before.
Aren't we already good at hockey?
We're good, but the Firehawks are great.
That's right. Every time we miss, we skate a lap around the rink. Hockey is not a game, it is a sport.
Interesting one. Anxiety can actually make you work harder. Number 10. So in this situation, behavior that is generated by self-rules can be strengthened through negative reinforcement. So, for example, Riley's having the thought that she might not be able to join the Firehawks. She might not be good enough. She wants to improve. And the rule that's generated is that she has to be better. So she has to practice harder to be better to join the Firehawks. And by doing that, it then eases the anxiety or reduces her anxiety about joining the Firehawks because she feels like she's making progress towards it. And the removal of this anxiety, which is almost immediate when you start engaging in the practice, then reinforces the behavior which is controlled by the self-generated rule. And this seems okay, that sounds good, but the problem is when these self-generated rules produce behavior that then interferes with your well-being, that's when it becomes a problem. We need to find 15 more ABA gems, and we've only got 60 minutes of the movie left. Yeah, don't think this is gonna happen.
But we need Val to really like us.
Oh, we should ask Val lots of questions. People love talking about themselves.
So, what was your freshman year on the Firehawks like?
I mean, it was a lot of work.
Like a lot.
But it's also how I met my best friends.
Val is sharing things with us.
Hey, a few of us are just gonna hang out tonight, order some food. You should come.
Number 11. So again, this is another self-rule. We don't really have a history of how it was generated, but the self-rule is if you ask people questions, then they are more likely to like you. So that behavior of asking questions is positively reinforced because Riley asks the question and then the relationship appears to be strengthening. Oh, plus the invitation extended to Riley to come hang out with the girls. Positive reinforcement.
If I'm good at hockey, I'll have friends.
Okay, Miss Riley.
Way to go, Michigan.
All right, ladies. Great day today. Take it easy tonight.
And over here, number 12, we have an example of Riley generating self-rules as a result of her contact with environmental contingencies. In behavioral terms, operant conditioning is generating the self-rules, which basically means behavior happens, things get better, or things get worse. And when things get better, the behavior is strengthened, or if things are getting worse, the behavior is reduced. So the better or worse are shaping the behavior. That's operant conditioning. And in this situation, this operant conditioning is forming the rules for Riley.
Best night of my life. Well, this has been really fun. Extremely. But we're gonna go now.
Okay, bye. Oh, this is the best band ever.
Michigan knows what's up.
See? As long as we like what they like, we have all the friends we need.
Number 13. If we like what they like, then everything is gonna be okay. And anxiety is actually not too far off. Let me clarify. So when you have stimulus pairing, you take something that's neutral and put it with something that someone likes, and then repeatedly do that, then the neutral item eventually becomes something that someone likes as well. Basically, in very basic terms. Amazing stuff, right? So liking what others like could have a similar effect. So in my ABA sessions, and in most ABA sessions, you will usually go through pairing in the beginning of the session, and also when you first meet a client. And what you're doing is pairing yourself with the things that the client likes, music or particular activities, play, games, items, and that sort of thing, which is great, which is fine. Now, the issue over here is we're seeing Riley then liking what other people like, even though she doesn't actually like those things. So there's that experiential avoidance of being different, which could have an overall negative impact on her well-being.
I wish we knew what Coach thought about us. Her notebook! Yes, that's a great idea!
Everything Coach thinks about you is in there.
All we gotta do is sneak into her office and read it. Come on, Riley, move those feet.
Number 14, this is an example of impulsivity. And impulsive behavior is when you choose a smaller, sooner reward when given an alternative of a larger, later reward. Now, here's the challenging part for you, for me, and everyone on this planet. The smaller, immediate reinforcers have greater influence on our behavior than the larger, later reinforcers. This is called a reinforcement trap, and it accounts for impulsivity, procrastination, and most bad habits.
I'm not good enough.
Michigan, what are you doing? We're on the same team.
Yes! Well, Danny might be a little mad at us, but
They'll all forgive us when we make the team. Come on, Riley, one more goal!
So this is another interesting one, number 15. This is how anxiety can make you selfish. So you have this anxiety and you want to reduce this anxiety, and there are different ways you could remove this worry, but one of them might be a selfish way. You might decide you're willing to do anything to make sure you get in. You're willing to be selfish to make sure you get in. It reduces your anxiety, which then strengthens that rule that you created, but this would have a negative impact on your well-being.
I'm nice. I'm mean. I'm a good friend. I'm a terrible friend. I am strong. I need help
sometimes. Number 16. This very much, to me, resembles acceptance commitment therapy, also known as ACT, has been shown to be effective in improving your well-being. The first part is you have to know your values. You have to know what's important to you. The second part is to accept aversive thoughts and make space for them, because everyone experiences these, and the more you fight them and try to get rid of them, the stronger the connection you will have with them. The third part of it is mindfulness, because private events can interfere. They distract from being in the present moment. And mindfulness is defined as bringing one's attention to the present experience. I use ACT in my professional life. I've used it when having to have difficult conversations with parents or presenting at a conference. So check it out, have a look at it. You could find it useful. So that is 16 out of 25. I did not make it. I only managed 64% of the target. Absolutely failed. First one to leave a comment gets a copy. Check out the next video to learn more ABA principles.